Turning now to Flint, the federal emergency has been lifted now that the water quality has improved, but at the same time, another case of Legionnaire's disease has been confirmed in the county. The end of the federal emergency means the burden shifts back to the state now to pay for bottled waters, filtered, other supplies. Noel, let me start with you because I know that you just spent some time up in Flint, and give us an idea, a sense of how things are going.
You know, I was surprised when I went up there. I went up there, talked to the mayor and talked to the business community, and we spent all day looking around the city. And I thought, you know, you were going to, I expected to see sort of a desperate, depressed city. And it wasn't that at all. I mean, there were cranes all over downtown putting in new apartments, new lofts, new cultural center, restoring historic buildings. There's a lot of energy there, a lot of hope there. And, you know, homes are starting to move, home prices are starting to move up. There was a real sense of optimism and faith in the future, but both the mayor and the business folks agreed that the only way they're going to jump that final hurdle and put all of this behind them is to rip up every piece of line and replace it, whether it needs to be or not, because otherwise investors aren't going to have trust, residents aren't going to have trust, and it's just a matter, can you trust these lines? And I didn't find anybody up there who didn't agree that the solution was, damn the cost. We got to tear this out and put it back in.
All right. Well, you can say damn the cost, but there's only $25 million from the state so far.
It's a $250 million effort.
You know, so Nancy, you agree that that's pretty much what's going to happen, because we still think about this today in August. There are people that still are not drinking out of their tap in Flint.
And this is 2.5 years after they switched their water supply. It's almost a year since the state acknowledged that there was a problem with the water, and the most recent round of water testing showed that things are moving in the right direction, but you know the water still isn't safe to drink. So this is a huge. I mean, I can't imagine living without usable water in my tap for this long. So yeah, I mean, I think that I've had the same experience with talking to people in Flint. There seems to be just a unanimous sentiment that the pipes have to be replaced, and it's going to fall on the state to make this right, because this is the state's
they're going to have to bond it out.
It's
about a $250 million job, and they're just going to have to bond it out, because even if it comes back testing consistently, no lead, no lead, no lead, these folks now don't trust it.
People aren't going to believe.
And why should they trust?
Why should they? And that's a great question. But is the political will there to say, you know what? Yep, we got to do this. Here's the money. We're going to bond it out and do it.
I mean, that's what we'll see. I think you know, it's an essential step, or you're going to have to. You're going to have to pay one way or the other. You're going to have to keep this city on life support forever if you don't do that.
I think that people around the state need to understand that this isn't a thing about, you know, we get focused on the fact that there's a lot of people in Flint who live in poverty, or that a lot of people who live in the city are African American. This is a city in Michigan. This is a city filled with 100,000 Michiganders, and this could happen. How the state treats Flint should be a benchmark for everyone on how the state will treat your community if something happens there. This isn't, you know, let's not get hung up on the demographics. This is a city in Michigan where people have been massively failed by the state, where their water isn't safe to drink. So if the state can't make that right, we all have to understand that this is important.
And it's a far more viable place than people might think. I mean, this is not a place you can just write off. They've got a lot of energy there and a lot of enthusiasm.